Game on the line, NBA Finals. Who do you want with the ball? Everybody says the best player. So I went back through every single possession of the final minutes of Game 2 to find out who was actually clutch. And the answer flips that whole idea on its head. The most clutch player in this series shot 7 of 25. Let me prove it. Game 2 came down to the wire, a 1-point final, 105-104. Games like that aren't decided by 48 minutes. They're decided by about 90 seconds, by a handful of possessions where the pressure is unbearable. So I isolated those possessions and asked one question: who made the play and who didn't? This is Game is Culture. Real quick before we dig in, if you like breakdowns that actually show the math instead of just yelling takes at you, go hit subscribe. It's free and it genuinely helps, so click it. First, the obvious pick, the one everybody would make. Victor Wembenyama, the best player in the series. He just dragged San Antonio back from 14 points down with a one-man explosion. Of course you want the ball in his hands with the game on the line. That's the smart pick, the obvious pick. And it's wrong. Watch what actually happened in the final minute. And to be clear, the pick was earned. For 3 quarters, Wembenyama was the best player on the floor. 29 points, 9 boards, 4 blocks, single-handedly dragging San Antonio back from a 14-point hole. He'd done everything right. That's what makes the final minute so brutal. The man who looked most clutch all night vanished in the exact moments clutch is actually measured. Here's the win probability over the final stretch. A coin flip with the game tied. Then it lurches toward New York and slams to 100%. Every one of those jumps is a single clutch play by a single player. So let's go through them one at a time and see whose hands move this line. So let's walk the final minute, possession by possession. 39 seconds left, tie game on the line. Who takes the shot? Jalen Brunson, who had been ice cold all night, 7 of 25 from the field. He rises up for a 13-foot fadeaway and buries it to tie the game at 104. The worst shooter on the floor just took and made the biggest shot of the night. And he wasn't the only Knick with ice in his veins. Earlier in that stretch, it was role players making the winning plays. A rookie floater here, a Shamit 3 there. OG Anunoby calmly drilling 3 free throws after getting fouled on a triple. Clutch, it turns out, isn't reserved for stars. New York had a whole lineup willing to take the moment. San Antonio mostly had one. 11 seconds left. San Antonio grabs the rebound. Tie game, the ball in their hands, a chance to win it in regulation. And it goes to exactly who you'd want. Wembenyama, the best player alive with the season on the line. This is the moment the obvious pick is supposed to pay off. 9 seconds left. Wembenyama tries to make a play with the ball up top, and Brunson reads it the whole way. Steal. The best player in the series loses it, and the guy shooting 28% is the one who rips it away. That single play is the biggest swing on the entire win probability chart. Brunson gets fouled, walks to the line, and calmly makes the free throw to put New York ahead by 105-104. Cold all night, and automatic in the one moment that mattered most. The pressure didn't shrink him, it found him. And the final act, 2 seconds left. The ball finds Wembenyama at 20 feet, the exact look you drew up. The most important shot of his young life, and it misses. Knicks win. The obvious pick had the ball twice in the final 10 seconds, and both times it ended in disaster. Quick interruption, because the verdict is coming. Hit subscribe if you're enjoying this. I'm not going to beg, but I am going to ask, so hit it and I'll wait. So who was actually clutch? Put the final sequence side by side. Brunson versus Wembenyama in the moments that decided the game. The tying basket, Brunson. The game-deciding steal, Brunson. The go-ahead point, Brunson. The final possession, Wembenyama. A turnover and a miss. The best player lost the clutch battle to the coldest shooter on the floor, and it wasn't close. So here's the answer. The most clutch player in the NBA Finals is the guy who shot 7 of 25 and still made the tying shot, the game-winning steal, and the go-ahead free throw. Clutch isn't about scoring efficiently. It's about having the nerve to take and make the play when it's hardest. Brunson's whole night was ugly. His final minute was perfect. This is why clutch is its own separate skill. Efficiency is about 48 minutes of good decisions. Clutch is about one possession of nerve. When your legs are gone, the crowd is screaming, and the season is on the line. Plenty of great regular season scorers shrink in that exact moment. Brunson, for all his cold shooting, does the opposite. The lights get brighter and he gets calmer. And that's the cruelty of it. Wembenyama was magnificent for 47 minutes. He'll be remembered for 9 seconds. Clutch is the most unfair lens in all of sports. It throws out almost the entire game and judges you on 3 or 4 possessions. But those are the possessions that decide championships, which is exactly why we can't look away. Put the clutch resume in one frame. In the final minute of a 1-point finals game, Jalen Brunson made 3 winning plays in a row. 3! The tying jumper, the steal, the free throw. You can shoot 28% for a night and still be the most clutch player on the floor, as long as you own the last 60 seconds. Now the honest caveat. This is one game, one tiny sample. Clutch reputations get built and destroyed on a handful of moments, and that's not really fair to anybody. Tomorrow, Wembenyama could hit the game winner and flip this entire story. But in this game, on these possessions, the answer isn't up for debate. The cold shooter was the closer. So I'll leave it with you. Game on the line. Who do you actually want? The efficient superstar or the ice cold guy who isn't afraid of the moment? I think Game 2 gave us a pretty loud answer. Tell me who you'd pick down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe. We're in a race to 1,000 subscribers, so please join the family.